Lepftee, without further ado, go ahead and take it away, man. Do your thing.
Here we go. Without further ado. All right. Now, it's only right that since this is the 1-year anniversary, that we bring in a little Pete Rock CL Smooth and we reminisce. Okay? So now, here we go. Welcome to the segment of the show that we call to the left. Wait, that's my right. To the left. The Lepftee Report. Okay? Now, this is where we talk big balls and bad calls in my attempt to ease your sports withdrawal. Now, this is where bravado and beats are blended perfectly to create my boastful banter. Now, I am your host, the Chicken Hawk of Blog Talk, the Charlie Sheen of Ustream, the best bet on the internet. Swag so huge it can't fit in the hefty, I'm always right. So they call me Lepftee. Now, as I said before, this is a day of reflection to reflect on how far we've come. The 1-year anniversary of the Sports Kritik. Now, although I've been recently added to the mix, this feels like home, y'all. So, I have to reminisce and prepare for the future because just like a dwarf at a miniskirt convention, guess what, y'all? It's looking up. Now, Jers, I know you're on precautionary measures, precautionary watch, as I should say, because your MVP got deboed, straight deboed in the playoffs, So I'm sure you'll come up with an excuse as to why your hometown team met its demise, but we shall see. Moving on. This week, my report includes the wheels on the bus, the fountain of youth, I can't tell you why, and Redemption Island. So, without further ado, here we go. First quarter. Now, it looks like we'll be seeing Mike Brown coaching or looking confused or a little bit of both. It's apparent that the wheels on the bus family goes round and round, and it goes round without Kobe's input. Now, the new CEO, Jimmy Buss, is calling the shots, and he wants to get as far away from Phil Jackson's ideology as they could. Now, the Lakers dug deep into the let's see who we can piss off bag by bypassing Brian Shaw, who didn't cater to their stars, by bypassing Brian Shaw, and they didn't cater to their star's choice, which was Rick Adams. Instead, Jimmy got a brand new coach that he can control, or a puppet, as I should say. Long gone are the days of the arrogant coaches who don't answer your questions, and the coach that's doing the horizontal poker with your sister. Little Buss desired to hire a defensive-minded coach, and at times he looks a little constipated as his limited offense that he runs. Now, I hope he hires good assistants, because in the words of Eddie Murphy, in 48 Hours, there's a new sheriff in town, and his name is Reggie Hammond. Y'all be cool. Second quarter, here we go. Who? Right. One more time. Sounds so good. Say it again. And in the whoop that trick award goes to B-Hop, a.k.a. Bernard Hopkins. He put an old school ass whooping on Gene Pascal in the rematch of their controversial December bout. B-Hop, 46, became the oldest person beating out George Foreman of the George Foreman Grill to hold the title belt. Now, B went to Canada to beat Pascal in his hometown. To show how good of shape he was in, between the 7th and the 8th round, he did push-ups to show he wasn't tired. Now, the champ is definitely here. Now, here we go. Halftime. This is the 8 o'clock hour, and this segment of the show is brought to you by the new movie, Are You On That Stuff? Here we go. Now, this movie, Are You On That Stuff, is starring Scottie Pippen as the bitter old fool. Scottie Pippen went out on a limb. I don't know what happened. He went out on a limb. He said, I may go as far as to say that LeBron James may be the best player to ever play the game because he is so potent offensively. That does not only does he score, but he keeps everyone involved. Are you on that stuff? The only reason that you're relevant is because you played with the greatest player ever. Now, you proved you couldn't do it without him. Remember the retirement years? And we're not even going to talk about Houston. Hey, look here, Toucan Sam. Go ahead and blow your nose with a Cali King bed sheet and leave the analysts to the pros, which is us. Stupid. Coming to a theater near you. Are you on that stuff? Here we go. Let's move on, guys. Third quarter. Had to slow it down a little bit on this one. In the background, that's the Eagles. I can't tell you why. And just like that, it's over. Coach of the year, done. MVP, overrated. MVP must stand for meat, vegetables, and potatoes at Percy Julian High School because he definitely wasn't the most valuable player. Now the Bulls are out to pasture, and just like the Eagles said, I can't tell you why. Well, maybe I can. You overpaid $95 million for a guy who has always, and I repeat, always been a defensive liability. Plus, he went to Duke. And Ashton Culver Kutcher, he plays no defense. Keith Bogans, enough said. Noah is only good for sound bites, and the only upside that you have right now is Taj Gibson and the backup point guard, what's his name? CJ Watson. Now, and as much as I like the kid's humble spirit, Derek Dandelion, that's right, he won't be called Rose until he stops making unforced errors. He is nothing but Allen Iverson remixed. Both are small, quick, and make basketball exciting to watch. Both were coached by defense-minded coaches. What you see with Dandelion is what you get. I mean, you watch him to see what he'll do next. Now, he and Allen Iverson are polar opposites when it comes to the attitude department, but both have high assist-to-turnover ratio. Both shot about the same percentage in the playoffs. Iverson shot 41, Dandelion shot 40. Now, Dandelion has a better future, but right now, the only difference between those two, you see it, braids. Last up, fourth quarter. Just sit right back and you hear a tale of a coach's trip. He did real well right in Motown before his strings were clipped. Big shot, big hair, rip sheet, Tayshaun, no stars, and they played great. Larry Brown gets the credit, but we all know that cake was already baked. Then he went to Indy, and he came back to Detroit. Guess what happened? The weather started getting rough. Artest ran into the stands. Half the team suspended. Larry Bird said, "Hey, Rick, there's a change of plans." Now he's in Dallas, and things are looking up. And guys, guess who he's with? Guys like this: Mark Cuban and Jason 2, Tyson Chandler, The Matrix. Now Dirk's not soft. The Mavericks play strong defense. Congratulations, Coach Carlisle. That was fourth quarter, y'all. Forgive the singing. Now, overtime. This is going to overtime. This one has to go overtime since this is the 1-year anniversary. We're going to go ahead and get into the best school ever. Solid partner, go ahead, give it to me. That's right, you hear it. Hail to the victors, Michigan. Shouts out to the Ohio State Buckeyes football programs because it is in shambles. Trestles let the player do whatever in the hell they want to do, and now they're paying the price. In the words of Samuel Jackson, yes, they deserve to die, and I hope they burn in hell. Go Blue, as always, hail to the victors. That's the Lepftee Report. That's my time. I appreciate you, Drew and Jersey. Somebody go ahead and take the shoestrings out of Jersey's shoes because he's on precautionary watch.
Hey, do you see why we had to get this guy and make him a part of the show? Because look, that was great, man. That's basically we could actually do a whole show.
Great. This guy just killed me. I'm not on precautionary watch, man. I'm fine. I got my venting out.
Yeah, okay.
Did you call my man Derek Dandelion though?
Yeah.
Derek Dandelion, right.
He's not a rose now. He's a
not
dandelion.
rose.
Wow.
Rose still a rose.